welcome to episode 84, brought to you by Renovation Candles Company. I'm Tyler Coe, and I represent the Los Angeles Dodgers, who squeaked out a 4-2 week last week.
And I'm Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, still sitting at first place, who won a 5-2 week last week.
Enjoy it while it lasts. One game back.
It's literally the same.
One game back.
It's literally been the same. That's what happened last week.
I'm just saying, you guys can do this whole first to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100.
I will be the first to 100.
You're not going to be anything to win the division. There's only one winner of the division, and it's not going to be you. So you can have all that first shit.
It's so funny. You were like depressed yesterday.
Oh, you should have seen me
depressed yesterday.
You should have seen me in the ninth inning of the Dodger game. I was like, great, 3 back, it's over.
That's exactly that's what Dodgers Twitter was.
Adam Wainwright. Oh, let's not even get into Giants Twitter.
Please get into Giants Twitter, because here's the thing.
Well, no,
the Dodgers Twitter right now was so funny. It went from, oh my gosh, the season is over, we're 3 back, to we're right behind, here we come, in the matter of 5 minutes. Okay,
well,
so
did you see me do that? Was I doing that?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I was thinking
yesterday you were all tweeting all sad boy, and then
because they fucking suck. All right, listen. There's certain people, we've talked about it for weeks now. There's certain people on both sides that are specifically, there was someone on the Dodger side today that was season's over. It's a wash. We're going to lose the wild card to Adam Wainwright. Meanwhile, Adam Wainwright gives up four earned in the first inning against the Brewers.
Right.
So, whatever. But we're 1 game back. And then you have St. Giants.
I've been
just
saying,
blaming Gabe Kapler, like, oh, Kapler, blah. And it's like, you guys were down. You guys were down 4.
Kapler? I didn't see that at all.
Well, maybe you got to look through the tweets then, baby boy. I mean, you guys were down 4. You guys were down 4-0 and made it a game.
Yeah, and
you blew it, which was great, but
it's in extras. What can you do in extras? Not only that, the only thing that I can say negative against Gabe Kapler, which is something that I wanted to get into on the during the week, so we won't get into it now. There's a little bit of a negative, but at the same time, you're damn you do if you don't. It's not something that I feel like I would have done, and I'll explain a little bit later, because we don't go out of order on this pod. But
we don't. There are rules.
There are rules here. But yeah, so if you're going to blame the manager of the year for 1 loss when you're about to hit 100 wins, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but
you're welcome.
Like we said, no out of order on this podcast. We're going to go in order. We're going to talk around the league. A little bit of issues over in the AL East. The Rays clinch their spot to the postseason but just before then, they make a little bit of controversy. Kevin Kiermaier slides into home. And I don't know if he knocks it out or somehow the Blue Jays catcher's little card pops out of his pocket. You know how they plan on pitching the Blue Jays. And Kevin Kiermaier picks it up. Later, he says that he wasn't sure if it was his card or what the deal was, but he just took it and he gave it to someone in the clubhouse, and what they did with it, he doesn't know. And then a couple days later, he gets pegged.
Yeah. What's the problem?
I don't know.
Why is everyone so upset about this? I don't understand.
Well, this is how I feel. And I like giving my opinion when it's not Dodgers Giants, because it doesn't feel like no matter what, you're not coming off as super homer, Yeah. But he knew what it was. I'm sorry.
Of course
you look at it and then you just drop it. Like, if you don't want any negative flag, if you're going to take it and you're going to play that game, that's on you, but there's going to be some negativity behind it. So, and you're probably going to get pegged, which he did get pegged. It took him a couple days, and they did wait till a game where they were completely out of it, but still, I don't know.
No, I saw. I think it was Jeff Passan maybe that tweeted like losers, weepers, losers hit guys in the back or something. It's like, yeah, of course you're gonna throw at him, and they didn't. They didn't come at his head. They didn't. It was just a fastball, kind of up, but not anything crazy.
Right.
Like
nothing to be alarmed about, kids.
Yeah, that's what you get. It's not yours, because if it was yours, you could look at it for a millisecond and be like, okay, yeah, I recognize all those defensive positionings, because that's all Kiermaier would have a card for. But a catcher is going to have a completely different set of pitching signs, things that Kiermaier definitely doesn't have on his card.
Not only that,
obviously knows it's not his.
They all have cards. The catcher, he had like a fucking pamphlet. Did you see? It was like folded. Yeah. It was like, so it's not like he picked it up and didn't look at it. Even if he did do that, he picked it up. You could feel that it's, coming apart because it's a folded piece of paper, because it's a lot. So yeah. I don't buy the whole, oh, I didn't know. But I am excited because I think that they're going to see each other in the playoffs. So it, obviously if the Blue Jays win the wild card game, so that would be pretty intense to see.
I just want to throw this out there that I'm
no doubt
watching very closely. Man, I am rooting for my second team. Everyone, if you guys didn't know, I do have a second team. Right. I fell in love with as a child. My Seattle Mariners, 2 games out of the wild card.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I saw they were 3. So yeah,
they're 2 games up, and depending on what happens tonight, they could go, a game and a half.
I'm curious where the A's are right now. Do you know that information off the top of your head?
I think they're like 3 back. Okay, or actually they might here.
No, yeah. No, Oakland is 4 games. Oh, it's Oakland 4 games back. Toronto, Oakland is 4 games back. Seattle's 2 games back. Toronto's a half a game back, and the Yankees and Boston are in it. And Boston's up 2 games.
Yeah. Also, currently the Twins are beating the Blue Jays 6-2, 7th inning. So watch out for my Seattle Mariners. They're coming at you.
Mariners watch.
Yeah.
Like for King back here. Yeah. So
that is a bear who live bear literally rip your face off. Exactly. One other thing I wanted to get into around the league. I know I kind of just played it off like, Adam Wainwright got lit up today. Yeah. But how nervous are you to play? I know we talked about it last week, and you said you felt pretty good. Right. The Cardinals are the scariest team in baseball right now.
Well, here's the thing.
It's undeniable.
Honestly, I would be scared of the Cardinals if you were pitching for the Cardinals, because it's not about their pitching. It's the fact that Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt are in that lineup. They just fucking destroy the Giants, those 2 guys. So honestly, my mind's not even on the pitching. I'm worried about the big bad Wolves in that lineup. So,
but still, look, they're down 4-0, 5-0, maybe even today, and they come back and win 8-5.
Hold on.
So the pitching holds up throughout the game, and they score runs. Okay, what are you?
Time out. I'm sorry. They're beating a Milwaukee Brewers team that does not give a fuck about playing baseball right now.
Are they still playing their guys? Yes, they are.
I'm sorry, but
no professional athlete. No professional athlete goes out there and is like, all right, let's just phone it in, guys. We already got the division locked up. You, more than any sport in the world, baseball, you want to be hot at the right time. So the Brewers taking a shit right now because they already have the division locked up is stupid. Your opinion is stupid.
I think that they're no way going to be like, oh, I'm going to really dive and go all out for this play. I'm going to really reach back and try to throw that extra 2 miles an hour to try to blow this guy away when I'm this close to the playoffs when we already made it.
And that constitutes the Cardinals winning 12 games in a row?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying them beating the Brewers today. I'm just talking about solely today. But yes, the Cardinals are a great team. I am worried about them mostly because of that lineup.
Yeah. It would be really nice not to face them. Obviously, one of our teams is going to have to. I sure as hell hope it's not mine and it's yours and they lose and you cry and all that good stuff. But yeah,
Right.
just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing, I'm not sure if you saw it. I think it was announced today. Did you see there's 10 games left in the AAA season. They're using pre-tacked balls.
No, I did not see that. That's very interesting. I've been extremely busy today. I have glue all over my hands.
Jesus, it looks like you jerked off an elephant.
Right.
Yeah, so AAA last 10 games they're using, it started today. They're using pre-tacked balls. Don't know what it's tacked with. Don't know anything about it except all they said was last 10 games of the season we're using pre-tacked balls.
Yeah.
I'm sure Major it's going to see its way into Major League Baseball next year.
Right. So Major League, they're like, hey, cut everything. It's not important. You don't need it. But AAA, they're like, hey, we're going to sneak these in and see if they work because obviously it's needed. So
yeah, of course. So, as much as we, excuse me, no one likes Trevor Bauer because he's a monster. He did predict that, I guess.
You said chocolate rain.
Yeah. You make sure you put the subtitle thing like leans away for breathing.
Yeah.
So pre-tack ball. So next year, the San Diego Padres might be a threat with Yu Darvish. But until then, I mean, even though Yu Darvish, he didn't get the win, but he helped the Padres beat the San Francisco Giants today. What a game it was.
To not get swept. Yeah. I mean, I think we should just get straight into that. Jump
into your feelings. How bad you feel.
I'm not exactly worried about Yu Darvish, even when he has. I think it's more of a fatigue thing because even before, I mean, he would fall off. You know what I mean? He wasn't a pitcher that would be on all the time. Here's another thing that I think that sticky stuff kind of fogged people's memories. Now that anyone is having like a bad second half, they're automatically like, oh, sticky stuff. Oh, it was the sticky stuff. He was a cheater. And it's like, no, let's calm down. There's plenty of times where people had a great first half and through injuries or they're just losing it or, the book is out. There's plenty of reasons why someone can have a good first half and a bad second half. So spin rate goes with sticky stuff. So if a pitcher spin rate is way down, he was using the sticky stuff. If it's not, then he wasn't. So just getting that out of the way right then and there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like how Logan Webb, he's not going to have a bad second half, but he hit his decline starting today. So we have all that to look forward to.
Actually, he had a terrible first inning, but if you watch that game and you watched it, the other 3 innings he faced, which sucks. That's another thing I do want to get into in my recap because both Gausman and Webb went 4 innings after having a bad first inning. It's Gausman's not really a story because they ended up pulling up, coming back and winning that game, but that's the one thing I'm not going to miss about, not having a DH. The fact that, it's a tight game. A couple runners were on base. So they're like, fuck it. Let's get rid of the pitcher. We need an actual batter right here. And then you don't know how a guy's going to go deep. It's affecting bullpens and it's a strategy thing. And I understand it, but at the same time, it kind of sucks for bullpens and it's, you're not letting the pitcher pitch. That's the thing that I really hate. The biggest bugaboo I have about not having a DH. But the Giants went 5-2 last week. I mean, I'm not going to complain against a 5-2. I know they lost today. I know people are ready to jump off the ledge and they're crying and oh my gosh. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, please. Because Giants went 5-2, beating the Braves, beating the Padres. Kerry Crowley posted a tweet about the records, the Giants record every single month. And the August and September were supposed to be the death of the Giants and how this is where they're going to fall. This is where the Dodgers are going to leapfrog them. And it ended up being their best 2 months. So,
by the way, not to confuse our listeners, the Giants went 4-2 last week. We counted
right because we counted. You are 100% correct
because we were a game back last week. We're still a game back this week.
Well, the Giants were 5-2 in their last 7 games.
Good job.
Won the last few series.
There you go.
Yeah, I know how to tip. I know how to dance around shit. Yes, and the thing that I was talking about earlier about people blaming Kapler, it's an instance you do or you don't with taking Gosman and Webb out after 4. You know, I understand taking them out to put in a batter. You need to score runs. Obviously, you were behind in both those games, so I get it. But you got to roll the dice. So I don't think it's on Kapler. I just think that's just a move that ended up not exactly working. But at the same time, you're at the end of your season and your bullpen is pretty taxed. So I think I think the next couple times, I think they need to just stick with their starter and especially going into a series at Coors, you're going to need a healthy rested bullpen, which you do not have. So, I mean, I guess I mean, they're not doing bullpen games anymore, especially not doing bullpen games twice a week, which is really good. And, Kiermaier went 5 innings, which is more than anyone was expecting. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, fucking wizard out there, dude. He's throwing 94. I was not expecting that.
Dumb. It was so dumb.
Stupid dumb. It's the age of the old dudes pitching, dude. Kiermaier, fucking Wainwright. Scherzer's 37. He got lit up too.
Kiermaier.
So did I say Kiermaier? Kiermaier. We talked about. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes I just speak and I didn't mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll say things and mean something else, if that makes sense.
I just don't think and I say things like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're trying to say. So you couldn't even articulate that. That's why I'm here. That's the only reason.
Tyler, the Jesse translator. But yeah, so great week for the Giants. And I'm going to do it now before you can even talk because fuck you, Tyler. Stud and dud of the week. This was actually a shocking stud. Every single time this dude is up, I feel good about it. But especially because he bats leadoff. But my man Tommy Listell is hitting 188 right now. His slugging at 438. So yeah, needs to pick it up. But honestly, I don't know if it's just because he's working counts. And I would like to say, oh, he's getting his walks, but he's not. He walked once last week in 20 plate appearances. I mean, he doesn't strike out a lot, so that's maybe a thing too. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes how like someone like you feel good about certain guys and their numbers are bad, and you feel bad about certain guys, but somehow their numbers are good. It's really weird. Sometimes it happens, but I am going to talk about the captain. Brandon Belt is my stud. And first of all, Tyler, I want to say fuck you for not telling me that the C on my jersey last week was backwards. No one told me. And I was like, okay, I'll wait till someone puts it in the comments. No one commented that. No one called me out for having a backwards C.
Moron, how did you not know? Did you put it on the mirror and you're like, oh, look, it's the right way in the mirror. So
you want to know, honestly, I was like, fuck, I forgot to put the C. Damn it. But then you took a little bit of time to get on. You were late last week. So then I was like, what do I got here?
I was late. Yeah, just casual.
You were a little late.
Doubt it.
You were a little late.
A
little late last week. Let's be really real. You were a little late last week. Like I was late today. So I just made a makeshift. I found Scotch tape and then I had a Sharpie and I drew on the Scotch tape and I just put it on there quick. And I ran. I was like, let's go.
The quick reason I didn't say anything is because of how our camera setup is. I didn't know if it was mirroring, so it would be correct when the episode, like when you actually edited it. So
when you saw the video and you saw that it was backwards,
what am I gonna say? Hey, moron!
You text me that all the time. You try to act like you tell me that all the time. Hey, dumbass, why is your C backwards? No one noticed.
I'm trying to be a better person, I guess.
You were supposed to tell me. But yes, big home run for Belt. Walking all over the place. Loving the dude. Captain for Margaret. Gonna win the ship. Going to the ship. What?
Yeah, you jinxed the entire Giants season when you posted that. So good on you. I can't wait to when the Dodgers win the World Series, like put this clip in our recap of the World Series episode of you jinxing it. So
you've said that all season. Every single time I say the Giants are going to do good, you're like, oh, you jinxed it. They're going to lose first place. And they never did. So,
well, they will when it matters. Anyways, getting to the real studs and duds of the week. I'm going dud first. My boy, Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler getting the dud. 3 bad starts in a row. Not, I would say 2 of the 3 were bad. you have the cores effect that definitely
Right.
adds into it. But over the last 3 games, 5.4 ERA. He's 1-1. It's I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily alarming, especially when you think that Max Scherzer also had a bad outing at Coors. I'm chalking it up to the Coors effect, so it is what it is. But Max Scherzer and Dave Roberts confirmed it in a 163 or wild card. Scherzer's the guy, so he's cemented himself in there. I think Buehler. It was his spot. It was his spot to lose. And I mean, you can't blame him for losing it. Max Scherzer's been lights out, except for today. Right. Stud, back-to-back weeks. Gavin, I told you so, Lux. Stud.
Gavin, best outfielder in baseball.
Absolutely.
Defensive outfielder in baseball.
11 and starting center fielder for the Dodgers today. 11 for 27, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. 407 batting average and a 1078 OPS. And Dave Roberts was smart, and in the 10th inning, he switched Mookie and Gavin Lux, he put in Rayleigh. Anyways, Lux ended up playing left. Betts played center, and it was a shot to center. So that it all worked out. But dude, Gavin Lux is just hitting the ball. He looks just locked in. He looks like there's just not really room for mental errors right now, which is good, because I think his emotions just got the best of him and just, trying to stay with the team and all that. But now he's solidified. He's going to be on the postseason roster, undoubtedly. So, he's looking good.
It seems almost as if he had all these expectations and was around all these people doing so well, and he just couldn't do it. Now that, the team offensively, quote unquote, is so-called struggling with, maybe not as deep because Cody Bellinger is Cody Bellinger right now. I don't know if that takes off pressure or exactly what happens, but
also on the injured list. So maybe this is why he can't swing a bat. I don't know.
Good point.
I mean, the Gavin Lux apparently caused the injury to Cody Bellinger.
What?
When they had a little collision in the outfield, just a little minor collision. Cody Bellinger has a broken rib. So initially
TK
they said
fucks him up.
they're gonna try to play through it, and it's like you can't play through a broken rib, dude, especially with how behind he is on high fastballs. There's no way.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, but AJ Pollock came back today. So yeah, let me get into the week here. Let me break it down for you.
Break it down
I
for
know
me.
You probably don't watch Dodger games because you're a bitch.
I watched every Dodger game, actually. Well, not every.
I sincerely doubt it. Anyways,
I really did. That's why I know
AJ
that
AJ Pollock comes back with a bang today, 2 doubles. But that's the thing is, I think there's going to be even less pressure on Gavin Lux because he has AJ Pollock back. So now you're going to have 2 solid outfielders, and we're not going to have this weird amalgamation of shit in the outfield with Luke Rayleigh, who oddly enough hit the longest home run of the season for the Dodgers last night, like 472 feet or something, which is crazy.
Of course.
Makes sense. Yeah, but Chris Taylor, hopefully his neck kind of gets figured out soon. Because if Chris Taylor comes back and we have Pollock and Betts, at least we have a solid lineup. Lux will probably stay in there. But anyways, Dodgers won the series in Cincinnati, which that's what I was most worried about. I was most worried about Cincinnati. So taking 2 out of 3, great. And then the biggest thing with the whole Rocky series was today, because it looked like the Giants were going to win. And if the Dodgers lose, that's a 2-game swing and you're down 3. And if you're down 3, it's over. It's over. With the way the Giants play, I sincerely doubt the Giants are going to drop, 6 of 9 in this next week. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I mean, today was huge. And I think more than anything, besides keeping your place in the standings, actually gaining a game, this is going to be moving forward. It's going to give them momentum Max Muncy was kind of cold, and then first pitch, 10th inning, hits a 2-run fucking moonshot. I think it's going to do a lot for the guys. I think going to Arizona, they feel pretty good. And not to get out of order, but I'm expecting a sweep in Arizona. And Giants going to Coors, I'm expecting them to lose at least one.
Right.
And then you do the math right there, my boy. Then it's tied up and anything is possible.
You carry the 2, subtract the numerals and the decimals.
Yes, there
That'd
you
be
go.
tied. Yes, there we go. I got it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so funny because both teams won the last 2 series. So it was the Giants gain another game, and then they end up losing that game back at the end of the series. And then this series, same thing. Giants gain a game at the beginning of the series and then end up losing that game at the end of the series. So I feel like it's going to stay this way the rest of the way. I feel like the Giants are going to win the division. It's going to be by a game, at most 2 games. I think it's going to be tight all the way till the end. And yeah, I think the Giants need to win the division more than the Dodgers do. As far as if you want to go deep in this postseason, because the Dodgers are equipped because their rotation is better. But it's been done before.
I agree with you there, but just like you, no one wants to play in a 1 game. So I think the Dodgers pull it out.
Oh, one question I do have for you. Oh, go for. Did you want to say something? I don't want to. I want you to spread your wings and fly. So I want you to speak your mind here.
I mean, I forgot since you just screamed at me.
Okay, well, go fuck yourself then. Now I try to be a good guy. Now I'm just going to be that asshole boyfriend. It's like, shut up. So shut up. And my question to you is, would you rather play a 163 or be guaranteed in the wild card game?
Like either or? Like
right.
if you lose the 163, you're not in a wild card spot?
No. It's the same scenario that's right now.
Okay,
so what I'm saying is
an actual plausible
right,
scenario.
Either A, you're for sure in the wild card game.
163
or B,
for sure, without a doubt.
You
wouldn't?
Here's my thinking, right?
Okay, I'd love to hear this.
Because you're wasting 2 of your starters right at the beginning. You can't have your number 1 or your 2 starting game 2 of the division series. You're going to be going in as a severe handicap.
Yeah, but just like you said, the Dodgers might be able to stomach it, but also, dude, do or die to guarantee yourself a 5-game series, which you would have home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. That's huge. You have to go for it, especially like we talked about last week. I don't like Walker Buehler pitching at Oracle. So if you win game 163 and let's say the Giants win the wild card, cool. You have Buehler starting game 1 at home. That's a huge difference. And then Kershaw or Urias at home, probably Kershaw. I'd be totally fine with that.
Because here's the thing.
You play to win the division.
I understand that, but you also have to think, and I understand you would still probably lean 163, but I think it's a conversation because, especially in the Giants side, because you think you go 163, you go Webb, and then wild card game. Let's say you lose it, go to the wild card game, and you get Gausman. So then the division series, you're going DeScalfani, somebody. I don't know if you go Wood or Cueto there, and then you go Webb, and then you go DeScalfani. You're not going to want to pitch Webb on short rest that early because it's wild card game. Then the next day, 163. Then the next day wild card game, and then there's only like one day in between there. So you can't pitch him on game 2. You're gonna have to wait. Made him wait till game 3.
Yeah, but just what you said right there is a huge incentive for the Dodgers to want to play a 163 and win it and force the Giants into a wild card game. And if they win that, like you said, the Giants, if they use their two guys, their best starters, that's huge for the Dodgers. Home field advantage, and you're going against Johnny Cueto and Alex Wood at home, I'll take that all day.
I understand. Well, that's if you win it though. My thing is you could lose it. Obviously, the
of
Giants
course.
just won the series, so I'm telling
you could lose
like,
the wild card game. So why not get 2 chances of making the real playoffs? Because the wild card
because then you're gonna be stumbling into the division series. I'm not. Here's the thing. I think I would lean towards getting the 163, but I think it's a conversation.
I don't understand how this is even a conversation.
Because you're handicapping yourself so bad in the division series that you're probably going to lose. So like, I would rather be down 1 starter versus 2.
Okay. So as an organization, what do you do? So if the division's tied for 162, do you go out there and be like, all right, we're going to throw Alex Wood. Let's lose, guys.
Shut up.
Then what the fuck is this conversation? This is the stupidest conversation we've ever had then.
It's really not though, because here's the thing. If you win, obviously you can win 163 but you also are rolling the dice and losing 163.
Yes,
and then you got to go to wild card.
Of course, you could lose any game or win any game. Any game you play is a risk of winning or losing.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying you do this as an organization that you lose on purpose. I'm saying as a fan, what would you be more worried about?
Yes, going to the wild card game, regardless of how it happens, whether it be after 162 or 163. I don't want to go to the wild card game.
Right.
That's it.
So you still will have to probably go to the wild card game, no matter what.
I doubt it. I don't even think we'll have to go to 163.
I don't think so either. Giants already have it.
Yeah, I fucking doubt it.
You've been saying that all year.
It doesn't matter.
I fucking doubt it.
It doesn't matter. Right. If the Dodgers are in first place for 1 day out of the season, and that day is the last day of the season, that's all that fucking matters, guy.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. Why are you even speaking words right now? You know what I mean?
Okay. Because you don't seem to understand. The guy who's like, I want my team to lose 163 and back into the wild card game and lose that too, so we don't exhaust Logan Webb's arm for next season. Yeah. You
were so stupid. You didn't hear a word I said.
Those were your
I was saying, would you be more worried going into 163 or a wild card game? And honestly, I'd be more worried about going to 163.
Okay. Cool. Giants are gonna go 6-3. Dodgers are going to go 8-1. Dodgers win the division. You heard it here first.
Yeah. What was the last one that you said? Giants are going to lose their next 13.
I think the last one I said was the Dodgers are going to win the World Series over the Rays, but okay. Anywho.
Okay. Before we get into outlooks of next week, I do want to say a little fuck you. Give a little fuck you.
What dumb shit do you want to say?
This is going to be a crybaby take, but I don't really give a shit because it was so fucking annoying. After game 1 of the Padres, it's just weird how MLB is just on the Padres ball sack. It is out of fucking control. Okay. It is insane. Right. So quick pitch. I'm watching quick pitch. I like watching highlights, even though I already watched the game. Right now, please tell me if the Giants win 5-6, how do you think the highlights should go? You think you should show a little bit of I mean, obviously it's a back and forth thing. You got to show Machado's 2 home runs, all that kind of stuff, right? It makes sense.
I don't think so. I think you show Tatis in the dugout, having conversations, going to the bat rack, the things people really want to see.
Here's the thing. This is how the highlights went. So this is a fuck you of the week to quick pitch, which I hate because I love that show. But this is annoying. Giants won 5-6. This is how the highlights went. Machado home run in the first. Tatis RBI single. Machado home run. Pham home run. Nola home run. Myers robs Duggar of his home run. So all 5 runs for the Padres, not showing at all anything that the Giants did, that they were, they came back, they rallied back from what was it, 4-0.
They didn't show
anything.
The game-winning run.
All they showed afterwards was Lamont Wade's ninth inning single. And then they ended up showing, for no reason, Tatis striking out just so they can show his face. Literally, it was in the ninth inning, but it wasn't in a big spot, and he just struck out. And then they showed the double play to end the game. But they showed literally all of the Padres shit, nothing of the Giants. It's like they won the fucking game. Shouldn't you show at least the comeback? Shouldn't you show the comeback at least a little bit?
No, you guys got a team of nobodies.
Yeah, so that you show a Nola and Pham home run. You show Myers robbing Duggar of a home. Come on.
Well,
the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
That Will Myers catch was pretty good.
Yeah, you can put the Will Myers catch in there. That's fine.
He
but you think anyone cares about Austin Nola?
That was pretty cool.
Think anyone cares about Austin Nola?
Yeah, dude. Second best catcher in baseball, only to Will Smith, of course.
100%. Out of here.
100%.
If I could punch you and if I could like go through this camera to punch you in the face, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yes, no one cares. I mean, they didn't show Tommy La Stella's home run. They didn't show that shit. Of course not.
Well, no one cares about Tommy La Stella. Real quick, I saw someone on Giants Twitter, a couple people saying they didn't want to listen. They were talking about the broadcast and they were saying how they can't listen to John Miller.
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
He's great.
I don't know. I think John Miller's great too. I think Kruk and Kuyper are the goats, but I think the only person that I think that I could see, I mean, I get Dave Fleming is a very solid homer. He's not a moron, but he has homerish tendencies. So I could see how the other teams can be, other fans can be annoyed listening to him. But I don't understand the John Miller thing, and I don't understand that Kruk and Kuyper thing.
Yeah, and on the Dodgers side, just quick shout out Joe Davis. Hope he's doing well. Hope he recovers quickly. Hope Oral continues to test negative. I think he's still testing negative. But a lot of people are talking about like Rick Monday. It's so good to have him on the broadcast. Like I love Rick Monday. He's the best, guy we've had since Vince Scully. Rick Monday sucks. If I have to fucking listen to Rick Monday, I have to listen to him enough when he's doing radio broadcasts. But Jesus Christ, dude. I feel like every 2 games I have to hear the story about, oh, the guys tried to burn the flag and I took it away from them fucking 50 years ago. No one cares. No one fucking cares.
Remember that one cool thing I did 75 years ago?
He was on the Cubs. He was on the Cubs when he did that at Dodger Stadium. And the Dodgers made a bobblehead of that a few years back as a stadium giveaway. A man on another team. It's ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. The Giants did that for for Kuyper because it's commemorating his one home run he had in the major leagues, and it was an Indians but I think it's more of like a joke because he only hit one home run. But
no, Rick Monday, no, I'm not about it. And we had to listen to Ned Colletti, your boy Ned Colletti, the first game. I think that was just an emergency. Like we have fucking no one get here. So Dodgers fans,
you want us to call both of us to call a game? Just
I would be great.
Hit me up in my DMs.
You can do the play-by-play because you're boring. I'll do the color commentary because I'm the fun one. I'm the looker.
Right. No, because you don't. You have AD. You have ADD, and you can't fucking pay attention for like 2 seconds.
Dare I say, I am the podcast. Why don't we call this Tyler and the bench is clear?
The bench is cleared.
I think that would be the way to do it.
Michael Michaels in his figure skating. Boom.
That's right.
Okay.
But because we don't go out of order, let's wrap this shit up. I'm going Dodgers. I'm going.
Shut up.
They're gonna sweep in Arizona, obviously.
Okay. Obvi.
And then against San Diegans, I'm taking 2 of 3. So I'm saying a 5-1 week for my boys.
I will say that the Giants are going to take 2 of 3 from the Rockies. So the Dodgers at the end of the Rockies will tie against the Giants, but then the Giants are going to sweep the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers will hopefully, the Padres can't be this bad that long. So they're actually going to win the series against the Padres, and we're going to skip 2 games and go back to being up 2 games.
But the Padres are going to go beat the Braves this weekend. And so that all resets. So they'll be coming off like 3 wins, and then the 3 losses start over
even
again.
Even if the Dodgers win the series, we sweep the Diamondbacks and we're back to being up a game. So that's where I'm going with it. And then afterwards, shit.
There's only
3 more games after that, and it would be the Padres. So
and the Padres, like you just said, can't be that bad for long.
But then they reset. And then they don't even have anything to play for. And they're annoyed. And they're bad. And they're going to shut Tatis down for the rest of the season.
They'll be coming off being swept by the Dodgers.
Yeah,
and the Padres just play so much better at Oracle, I think. I don't know. I'm just saying that because it makes me feel better. Tatis going to be hitting first right-handed batter to hit one in McCovey Cove. Obviously, he's probably going to hit 2 of them. It's going to be great.
Right.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Giants are going to end this week 1 game up, and they will do that for the rest of the season. So that's where we are. I find it kind of interesting the way things are lining up, right? Because if Webb just pitched today, that would be his next start would be, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Ooh, he's lined up to pitch either 163 or so everything is lined up right now. But the problem is they're going to really, they just got to rely on.
You know who else is lined up?
And
you know who else is lined up? Max Scherzer.
Who?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I bet.
Do me a favor. Look up Brandon Crawford's numbers against Scherzer. Come back at me.
Should I look up his fielding percentage? That was a nice little air he had against the Padres the other night.
Did you see the 3 other amazing plays he had in the game?
Nope, sure didn't.
Errors happen every once in a while.
I saw him look like a child, a scared child, like, oh no, the ball's coming. Olay. Oh.
Listen. You need to stop disrespecting Brandon Crawford. That man's a saint, okay? That man's a saint. MVP, Brandon Crawford. MVP, thank you guys for listening. Christ. MVP, let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's not true. But thank you for listening. This episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company, where you can get all your fall candles to make your world smell a little bit better, because it's going to smell like shit if you're a Giants fan in about a week.
Wow. I really hope that you pay people for your actual tagline, because that was dreadful, bloody dreadful. Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to buy some Renovation candles because they smell good and they're awesome. That's way better than what you did. So fuck you, Tyler. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah. Keep Tyler from being off, working off the corner, and buy some candles. Yes. So thank you so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Benches Cleared P, on Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, and on TikTok, Benches Cleared. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
When the Dodgers are in first place. When the Dodgers are in first place.
I can't even speak words. Thank you for listening.
When the Dodgers are in first place.
I'm last one to talk. Fuck you.